So
Well, I feel like I know what you want better than you know what you want.
I've been speaking to her quite a bit.
You got any chemistry?
It's a bit of chemistry.
Obviously, I know how long a mile is. It's 1,000 kilometres.
Hello and welcome to another Therapy Crouch. I'm Peter Crouch.
And I'm Abbey Clancy.
Yeah, I must say you look incredibly fashionable today.
Thanks. Sorry, I just thought I had a button too. I was a button too low there for a second.
Oh no, you look great.
But unfortunately for you, I'm not.
I can see. We have our ways.
What could you? Have you got like X-ray vision?
No.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
What?
Mirrors.
Oh yeah.
Have you been? How's the week?
Well, babe, you've been cleaning out the garage this week. I noticed it actually. I went in there and I could actually walk in it. I was really pleased.
And what really pissed me off about that is we've had like our outdoor like kind of sun lounges in the garage for a year, and I thought, the sun's been cracking the flags, so I'll get them out. It's rained every day since I've got them out. I just can't believe it. And they're not something that you can. They're like bean bags, like black and white striped bean bags, the size of like king size beds.
Yeah, I've seen them on the garden before.
And I've got 3 of them, and they are waterproof, but still, so they're drenched. But I'm trying to, Pete wants a gym.
Doesn't make itself, does it? You know what I mean? Got to hone this.
So,
Doesn't just happen, you know what I mean? Just wake up and look like this.
no.
Got to work out, you know what I mean?
I work out. No, so I just want to, I'm just trying to utilise some spaces in the house better. And I thought, Pete could have the garage as his little area.
My mate's man, he goes in the garage with my mate, and he loves it in there.
I think we've talked about this.
Yeah, I'd like to use the garage a bit more.
I was going to get you some kind of like old kind of page 3 newspaper clippings to put on the wall, and like a few 5 kg weights for you.
I'm moving up. I'm moving up.
What?
It's the old
That's
5s.
John's weight of choice to 5.
Oh, is that what you use? The 5? I use the 5s. Yeah, but you're 6'4", and you only use a 5. You should have like a 20. So should you.
Mine, I'm not as weak as I look.
You're like a.
I'm a fucking geezer. Don't you forget it.
To be honest,
Rip.
What you have got is the best 6-pack. I think you do too many sit-ups and don't work on your arms.
Do you reckon?
Honestly.
But my arms are so long that it's hard to sculpt them. Like you see these fellas who've got the big muscles and that, they've got short arms. Trying to sculpt these things.
Think the leverage Pete's got to do on like an arm.
Think about I'm working double hard.
Bloody Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't have any problems.
Yeah, but he's like 6 foot. That's
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, he's
6'7".
Is he?
Yeah, Arnie.
Yeah, but I reckon, no. I reckon he's about 5'8" or something.
Google it.
And he's on the steads.
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
steads.
he's like the tallest, muscliest man on earth.
I bet you I'm taller than Arnold
Are you talking about the
Schwarzenegger.
same Arnold Schwarzenegger as I am?
I'm tall. I'm 100% taller than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I love Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Could I just put in Arnold?
Yeah.
I'm going to struggle with that.
Do you know
I can spell Schweinsteiger. But yeah.
6'2"?
There you go, 6'2". Basic.
God, he's a midget.
Absolutely basic 6'2". I could have, if I was 6'2", I could have arms like Arnie.
And you're on the juice.
Maybe not Arnie, yeah. I'd have to use supplements.
Yeah, but Arnie's natural though, isn't he?
No.
Natural.
Are you joking?
Yeah, but
You can't look like that naturally.
Yeah, but I thought it was against like regulation. Who's that?
Let me take that.
It was years ago.
Cool.
You just answer it quickly.
Hello. Right. Hi. How are you doing?
You forgot to take the fucking card.
Yeah. Good. Thanks. Yeah. Tomorrow. Yeah. 8 o'clock. Is that right? Yeah. No worries. Yeah. I'll. No, I can leave it with you and then go. Yeah.
You can't because I'm going out. So I'm not being...
Okay. Great. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Finished.
Yeah, that was Ellie about the car MOT.
Oh, Ellie.
Yeah.
How do you know her name?
She's I've been speaking to her quite a bit.
Have you got any chemistry?
It's a bit of chemistry.
Are you messing?
She's lovely. Should see her. Absolute diamond.
She won't go near you at your fucking arms.
Yeah, we should see her six pack.
Well,
I showed her once.
hopefully she won't see a six pack.
I have no idea. She just said her name was Ellie. That's all.
Yeah, but I thought in those kind of bodybuilder competitions, there were regulations about.
I think it was like 19, that's only because there's documentaries out. I think it was like the late 80s they came in.
Ross been Googling.
Yeah.
How do you get arms like Arnie? It's on my search history, that one as well.
I think it's been on every man's search. Arnie's too big though.
Well, yeah, I mean, he is big.
He must be like hard to find clothes. He'd have to like put his arm through like a trouser leg.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Instead of a sleeve.
Yeah.
Size of him.
Would you like me to be rippling?
No.
Bit more rippling though.
No, it's not my cup of tea at all.
Thank God for that.
It's only
the
only thing I think you should have a healthy weight is in case you got ill.
Mm.
You know. So you've got a little bit of reserve.
Yeah.
Not as much reserve as you like, Ross.
Cheers up.
You're taking the reserve out. You're taking the piss out of reserves.
Take the reserve piss.
I've been piss shamed and body shamed in 5 minutes.
Let's just get to the bottom of that. You piss shamed him. Like you said, what? Go to the toilet again?
Yeah.
You piss shaming him.
No, I thought he had diarrhea.
Oh, all right, okay.
You haven't been very happy this week, have you?
Why?
Because you've been so busy with work and you haven't been able to play any golf.
Oh my God, it's just, you know what annoys me the most is like I cancel I cancel golf and it like really annoys me. Like I put myself in there and then something will come up. I'm not blaming you for it. It's like my own fault. I'm just pretty shit with a diary. It really offends me. And then I missed out on a golf day on Friday and it was all my fault. And I threw my phone. I was so angry.
You know when like toddlers throw a hissy fit?
I'm not proud of
People's
it.
like, I can't play golf. Threw his
Threw it
phone.
and it hit the carpet and pinged and hit the wall and broke.
Took a chunk out my wall as well, by the way.
So not only was it a bad day, I took a chunk out of the wall and my phone broke.
It's me making him a freaking home gym, slaving away, throwing things in the skip, like brushing it, mopping it, like organising the whole thing, and he's throwing tantrums and throwing his phone because he can't play golf.
You know when you do things like, obviously like people who have more anger issues than me, I'm not an angry person, but when you do things when you're angry and you just instantly go, what that's made things 10 times worse. Such a bad thing to do.
Because you had no phone then for the whole day, did you?
It's like a nightmare. I had to go and get it fixed. Terrible shout. It's like golfing in general, really. Like when I first started playing it, I thought, oh yeah, sport, I'll be fine at this. And then I realised like it's really hard. And first couple of rounds, I was like snapping clubs. I threw like one of my clubs in the lake. And then I realised it's like, calm down. It's just a hard game.
No, but I don't know if that's like that kind of, I don't know, like that competitiveness or just a spoiled brat in you. You know,
one or the other.
You do love a door slam.
Yeah,
or
but
like
you
a throw of something.
You push me to the limits of any man could take, and like no one can do it apart from you.
Well, I had nothing to do with the phone.
No,
and
I'm not naming you. I'm taking you away from all that. Like.
But no one can believe it when I tell them that Pete does that.
Is that why all your cupboards in the kitchen are soft clothes?
Yeah.
You sometimes push me to the brink. I'd class myself as a calm person, but with regards to sport...
Too calm.
Yeah, that's in general life, but you don't see me in sport, right? Like football or... I remember tennis, like me and my dad's matches were so aggressive. It was like... People used to come and watch them. I remember my mum coming down and me just going, go, mum. I mean, and my dad was like, go away.
Do you tell your mum to fuck off?
I did, yeah, in the heat of the moment.
My brother...
So I'd never ever do unless I was kind of like in the heat of battle.
Can't imagine your mum done your... I know. Ridiculous.
But it means a lot. You know what I mean? It does mean a lot to me to win things. And that's why I had to sort of really scale back with golf, because I had to really calm down and go, actually, this is a hard sport.
Our Sean, my other brother, used to be the worst for tantrums. Like when he was a baby and like hit people and like go mad. remember one time, like we used to go to my nan and granddad's house, and
I love
they
this
used to-
story.
they
This is
used
the
to
dog.
live in like a row of like terrace houses. So there's terrace houses on both sides. And my dad used to stop the car at the bottom of the road, and they used to live at the other end. And we get out the car, and my granddad's dog, Duke, would run to us all the way down.
Yeah.
And the dog was getting like really old at this point, so didn't run to him. So our Sean had to like go into my nan's. He's probably about 6, 7. And he just ran into my nan's and got under the table. And my nan was like, you know, the postcard nan, like the little curly perm, the pinny, you know, looked like a nan, like her whole life. And he told me nan to fuck off. I mean, I was like, oh, like heartbroken. She was like a little bit because the dog didn't run to him and he just threw a wobbler. My nan used to make us these sandwiches, like best butter sandwiches. So it's just soft white bread with like an inch of butter on and a cup of tea. And she was like trying to coax him out from under the table with like best butter sandwiches. And he was just like booting her, going, fuck off.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. But I think like sport
I'm
in
not
general,
tantrumy,
Well, no, I wouldn't say you're tantrumy. No.
which is surprising. I should be tantrumy,
Considering how brash you are.
but I'm not. I'm not tantrumy at all, am I?
No, I wouldn't say you were. No, no, you're generally aggressive, but not tantrumy. I wouldn't say.
That I hate that word.
What, aggressive?
You just always use it to
What are you
describe
being so
me.
aggressive for then? Right now, you're being aggressive.
I'm not going to rise to it.
Don't rise. Don't do it.
Aggressive's a horrible thing.
Well, it's a tad aggressive at times.
No, I'm not aggressive. I'm just assertive.
Okay.
Yeah, so would you say that was your weekly wine then this week?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's my wine. It's just like it's my own personal wine at myself. Really, I need to manage my diary better, and I need to, just do that really because it just annoys me. And then obviously I will let myself down with the throwing of the phone.
It's funny that
I regret that.
your wines always lead me on to my wine.
They always do. They always do.
I'm filming this new show at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's an amazing show.
We'll be the judge of that.
Well, I really enjoy it.
No,
So
it's
that's
going to be amazing. It's going to be unreal.
That's the main thing. Feel so lucky to do a job that I love, and
It's going to be great.
when I go to work, I have to plan, like, meals for the kids. Who's going to pick them up? Blah blah blah, and it's obviously school holidays, so I had it in the diary as Pete looking after the kids while I'm like away filming, and Pete's just booked his own work in and didn't put it in the diary. So now I'm like screwed for a babysitter for 4 kids and I've got to work and it's just a lot of pressure. And what I feel it comes down to is that you kind of look at the diary and don't really regard my work as important.
That's not true at all. I do regard your work as important. But yeah, I messed up my whole week this week by clashing things with the diary. And obviously, because I didn't know about them, it then clashes with your diary.
But
and
you were still playing golf on Friday, and it was on Friday. You were supposed to play golf on Friday.
Yeah, I was due to, yeah.
And that was the day I'm filming.
Yeah, but
and
then
and you also had in the diary looking after the kids. So
Well-
unless you were going to hide them in your golf bag.
Well, that's just another reason for me to get the diary wrong, isn't it? Because I didn't know they were off. So my wine is at myself, diary management, and your wine is also at myself.
Diary management.
Yeah.
So cheers.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers.
So what are we resolving here?
Well, my diary management, by the looks of it.
Diary management. We're going to have regard for everyone else's workload.
Do you know, I only got a diary like a year ago, right? And I fucking hate a diary. I hate it. I actually feel like throwing my phone away, not having one. Like, imagine how kind of chilled you'd be in life. You might not get anywhere and you might not speak to anyone, but you'd have a chilled life.
You'd live life on your terms.
But
Wouldn't
you'd
you?
know what I
also be homeless
Why would you?
because you wouldn't have a job.
Oh, you'd have a job. You'd be fine. Like, people could call you.
So if you
Like-
what would you get, like some pigeon?
No, I think you could have a computer and you look at your emails and go, where will I be today? And then you go out and no one could get you. No one could get you. You'd have no social media. I think you'd actually live life in a beautiful manner.
God, can you imagine you without Twitter? I see him on the couch of a night, like laughing his head off to himself, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Just tweeting."
You just made that
And
up.
it's normally something.
Just made
It's
that
normally
up.
with something I've said earlier on in the day, that some gag that he's poached.
Oh, what? That's not true. Do that.
Does.
I would actually like to go old
Off-grid?
school. Yeah.
Well, we've said on this holiday we're going off grid.
Oh, mate, honestly, if you actually didn't have a phone, think about your life. Think about all the anxiety that you have about emails, social media, phone calls, text messages, all gone. Like
Digital detox, they call that.
Digital detox.
Like seriously, what a nice.
I enjoy them. Like in Glastonbury.
When have you ever done that? I enjoy them.
I do.
What a load of nonsense.
Babe, I haven't been on social media.
Detox.
I haven't been on social media for weeks.
You want it though. You might not have posted for weeks.
I have made like a conscious effort to be more present, and I think you have noticed that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you probably have because you were kind of on your phone too much.
Yeah, because I had a lot to organise.
But that's what I'm saying is like it's always a lot to do, isn't
but
it?
it's unrealistic. But it's like when I was emptying the garage, I'm thinking, I haven't been in here for 8 years. So I obviously don't need one thing that's in here.
It's really...
I did about 1 million trips to the charity shop, like prams, car seats, like, all stuff in there you don't need, like paints that are 7 years old. And that's a kind of good way to like mentally detox as well.
Quite a lot of my Christmas presents in there, isn't there?
No, but I did put them 2 Burberry Macs in the charity shop.
Did you really?
Yeah, because actually don't fit me. They're so small. I asked Sophia, did she want them? She was like, no.
All right, let's get into the audience wines. Hi, Abbey and Pete, loving the podcast. This isn't a wine, but I'd like to hear Pete's thoughts on why there are so many sexual innuendos in golf. It's an acceptance to ask another gent how stiff his shaft is, or whether he would like an extra half-inch taken off or put on. The shag bag, a bag for picking up balls around the green. This is a tight hole. You want to go out for a foursome or a threesome. Keep your balls clean. Low penetrating ball flight. Oh, mate, you've creamed that. Let me know. Happy golfing, Rob.
Rob sounds like a complete weirdo. Rob needs to get laid.
There are a lot of...
If Rob's finding that much sexual... See, I didn't find one thing of them sexual. Apart from the stiff shaft.
Yeah, there's a lot of stiff shafting.
Did anyone mention a stiff shaft? I think anyone did.
Yeah, you're right. The first one.
Yeah, like... See, innuendos go over my head.
If I said to you, like, I'm going to go get a stiff shaft...
But how would you use stiff shaft in it?
So in the golf clubs, you can have a flexible shaft or a stiff shaft.
I think I prefer a flexible one.
Fucking no shit.
No, don't you think?
Well, yeah, I know you would.
Bit of movement.
Shaft.
Shaft's a funny word, isn't it? I'm saying shaft. I'd say shaft.
You are saying shaft.
I do say shaft, but you say shaft.
What would you do if I said shaft? You've got a stiff shaft. Sounds so weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does, yeah. It's weird. Well, I just accept you saying shaft and me saying shaft.
You say shaft?
Shaft.
Say it in a sentence.
What kind of sentence?
A golf sentence.
In the golf sentence. Do you want a flexible shaft? Sorry. Do you want a flexible shaft or a stiff shaft?
Stiff shaft.
You say it now.
Do you want a stiff shaft or a flexible shaft?
It's got to be shaft, I know.
Shaft. Bass or bass? Grass or grass?
Bath grass.
Bath grass.
You're such a grass.
Grass. But that's how the way I look at it is that's how the Queen would say it, or the King now. He would say grass, shaft.
Yeah, but that's just what fucking posh people say.
Well, exactly. So you're saying I'm posh.
Mm.
I'll take that. You're regional.
We've got our own news.
Is that
you have to share yours with the rest of the country.
Is that derogatory though?
Which?
Saying you're regional.
No, because I am. I am what I am.
Yeah, no, this is totally fine. But I just wondered if you thought it was derogatory to say regional.
No.
Yeah.
God, I'm not one of them woke freaks.
All right, let's go again. Hi, Abbey and Pete. Only just started listening after a recommendation from my wife, Vicky. She started a challenge a couple of months ago to run at least 1 mile every single day for a year. She listens to the pod whilst out running, and I know it keeps her going on the tough days. So not really an agony ab, but I wanted to tell my wife how proud I am of her smashing the challenge so far. Keep up the work. Good work, Graham.
God, that's great.
That's a nice comment, isn't it?
Yeah.
1 mile a day. That's fair play to her. Good going.
How far's a mile? Well, obviously, I know how long a mile is. It's 1,000 kilometres. What?
Oh my God.
Is that wrong?
Just a bit.
1,000 kilometres.
100 kilometres then?
Is it like 1.5 kilometres as a mile?
No.
1.5.
1.5?
Roughly.
Fucking hell. Really?
Not far off.
I was thinking,
990 odd
I was
out.
thinking of like millimetres to litres. I was like doing the milliliter conversion.
Yeah, all right. Well, unless she's doing 1,000 kilometres, Graham, we're not interested.
Okay, from our house to where is a mile? The gate.
That garage. Yeah.
To the village?
It can't be.
Yeah, it's probably about a mile.
No, that's like 4 miles.
Reckon?
It'd take 6 minutes.
Yeah, you can run a mile in 5 minutes.
So she's only running 5 minutes a day.
No, it's 5 minutes for Mo Farah.
Yeah, so you can't say that. That's like saying getting there on a bicycle or a Ferrari. Well, a Ferrari can do like...
Could you do a mile a day?
I probably walk 20 miles a day.
Yeah, but running it's...
But running now.
You probably walk 20 miles a day.
Yeah.
What are you on about?
Where do you work?
Where do I work?
Where do you walk?
I walk Box Hill every day.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie.
Once every 6 months.
Come on, babe. At least once a week. You just don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'll walk further when I'm playing golf.
Yeah, but I do Box Hill with the dog. Like,
how did you know if you're walking 20 miles a day when you don't even know how far 1 mile is? You got nothing to equivalent it to.
No, because I'm thinking if 1 mile is like to the garage.
It's 100,000 kilometres.
From my house in Shoreditch to here, that's 70.
Well, my dad walks 10 miles a day.
It's 70 miles from my house in Shoreditch to get to your.
What's 5k compared to a mile?
More than a mile. So there's 1.5.
It's 2.5 miles.
No. It'd be like just under 5. That means if you're 5 kilometres, you're like 4.5 or something. I don't know.
4.5 miles?
Yeah.
God, why would you have kilometres and miles then if they're so close?
Well, it's an old school way of doing it, I think, kilometres,
metric
isn't it?
and imperial.
It's also European. They do it in kilometres, don't they?
Mm.
So, because my friend Kelly, she runs 5k in the gym and it takes her like, I think, 9 minutes.
No way. It's not true.
Like your mate Sonia Sullivan.
Is that my...
The fastest, sub 4 mile is like the fastest ever recorded. It's like under 4 minutes. So that's 2 miles is like 8 minutes. So she's not doing 3.5 and fucking 9, is she?
Is that your mate Jessica Innes?
Well, I think you can safely say that I'm not a runner, guys.
Or a mathematician, by the sounds of it.
Well, the only time I talk about miles is when it flashes up on my dashboard, 3 miles till empty. And I still don't know how if I can make it to this petrol station or not. And I ignore it and then go into reserve
Well, you've got
fuel.
990 kilometres left, haven't you?
Stop taking the piss because you make me sound thick. I'm not thick. I just don't know anything about mileage.
Yeah, you're not good with measurements.
I am good with measurements.
Yeah.
Millimetres, grams.
Do you know those millimetres?
Yeah.
They all count, guys.
No, because I bake. I bake a lot. And I'm always...
Bake a lot. Who are you? Trying to kid here. I'm walking and running and baking. Can't
You
lie
are
to the list.
such a
Can't lie
shithead.
to listeners. I'm a walking, baking runner.
So are you saying I don't bake?
Yeah.
Are you messing?
When was the last time you baked?
Pete, are you joking? Like every day in lockdown I made banana bread. I always make cakes. What the hell are you talking about? Pancakes, cakes, toad in the hole, pie. I do bake.
I feel like you're getting upset.
I am, because you're saying I'm not baking.
Get upset about you
No, but
lying
you
about
can't
baking.
I don't know how you can possibly say that.
So can we expect to see you on Celebrity Bake Off then?
I've done Comic Relief Bake Off.
You made a shard.
The shard.
She made a shard. It was. I thought it was fantastic, but Jonathan Ross called it a shard.
Well, you can piss off.
It was good actually, and she is a good baker. But you don't do that often.
No, only because I've been busy. But I love it. And I'm not even going to lie. I make cakes for me because it's my favourite thing.
Yeah, you do Victoria
cake.
sponge.
Yeah. So what are you talking?
When's the last time you done?
What kind of bacon are you talking about then?
Well, one that feeds me.
Well, I made. Remember last week when I said to you I made 20 cupcakes and I turned around and the dog had ate them all? Can you remember that?
Yeah,
chestnut.
Yeah, that old one. The dog ate our homework as well.
Matt's homework.
Don't you be mile shaming me? My God. I was
mile shaming me.
I just thought. I was just thinking of like milliliters to liters. That's why I said 1,000. I don't care if I don't know how many kilometers are in a mile.
Who knows? Who cares? Right, let's move on. Your friends are getting dominoes as their wedding breakfast. The parents are offering the full shebang, but they can't be bothered. How do you tell them they're being morons?
What?
Your friends are getting dominoes as their wedding breakfast. Their parents are offering the full shebang.
Wedding breakfast means the meal at the wedding. That's why you're getting confused. It's not actually a breakfast. They call the meal at a wedding the wedding breakfast.
I didn't know that. I'll be honest with you.
You do know.
Yeah. So they're gonna have dominoes for like the dinner. What? Why not though? If you like it. Let's be honest. The meal's the most boring part, is it not? Oh no, the ceremony's the most boring. Let's be frank about it. The ceremony for people who aren't getting married is the most boring part.
No.
Do you like it?
The ceremony is the best part.
Is it? Thought you might
seeing two people so in love, committing themselves forever in holy matrimony.
I think there'll be people out there that agree with me that I think it is probably the most boring part.
Yeah, but the last wedding we went to, they had two little penguins running down the aisle. That was certainly not That was certainly not a boring ceremony.
No, it certainly wasn't.
No, I think wedding food is an absolute fortune. Not a lot of people eat it because they just want to get on the dance floor, start the party. I don't know. It could. I think it's their wedding. They should be able to have whatever they want. However, if the mum and dad are offering to pay for it, they could have the kind of more traditional wedding breakfast and go for the dominoes at say like 10 o'clock when everyone's had a little boogie, few drinks and needs to refuel.
Is there a reason why you call it wedding breakfast when it's lunch or dinner?
No.
Is there a
Probably your
scientific
first
fact?
meal since you got married, isn't it? Maybe.
I
don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That might not be the reason, but it's the most logistical.
No, it makes sense though.
It's the most logistical. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. It's that might not be the real reason, but it is the most logical.
It's the most logical, I think. It is. You're right, babe.
No, because you're all
the piss ripped out of you today, aren't you?
You're all taking the piss out of me.
Do you think we should get a female in here? Like sometimes, you are a bit kind of.
We need some minge in here to kind of not balance it out.
Telling me.
We're all for it. Right, let's get into today's podcast. I thought this email that's come in from someone, it's a non, but it's sort of like, it got me thinking. I think it'll get you thinking as well. See what you think anyway. I absolutely love listening to your podcast. I'm catching up from a while ago. I only just started listening. But today I was listening to one from the 16th of May in which you were talking about things that people do for their partners. I thought you'd find it interesting to research 5 love languages. It's all online and they're books, but basically it's certain categories about how people express their commitment.
Yeah, I've heard about this. Someone told me about this before. It's kind of the 5 love languages, and the kind of more you have in common, the more, you're
compatible.
Yeah, the more compatible and the more of a chance you... why can't I talk? the more you have in common, the stronger your relationship will be, basically.
Okay. Well, she's listed 5 here, I think. 1, active service, doing things, e.g. chores, etc. Number 2, physical touch, hugging, hand holding, etc. Number 3, words of affirmation, praise, acknowledgement of achievements. Number 4, quality time, days out, walks, etc. Number 5, receiving gifts, flowers, chocolate, jewellery. It's really interesting as you can research whether you and your partner match in your love languages. Something to think about.
But I think all of those kind of affirmations you've just said, they're a language that you would express throughout every relationship in your life, like with your kids, animals, friends, and not only your partner. I think that's kind of the basics, like having a good heart and being morally correct.
I think all of those things there are being a good person.
Apart from like the presents and that's a bit like.
No, but I think it's like showing your appreciation.
Yeah, but like if you just turn up to your friends and go, I've got you a bunch of flowers for passing your driving test, or or thanks for minding the kids for me. Here's a bottle of wine. That makes people feel so good.
Yeah, it can be love language, but platonic love as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
And also, it's like you kind of respect for each other. Like if you're saying chores is one on the list there, like that's just having respect for your partner, like not leaving a place a mess, tidying up.
It's actually having respect for yourself as well.
Yeah.
You don't want to live in like a pigsty.
No, but I think if you have kind of a lack of respect for your partner, you don't do those things. You know what I mean? You're not asked, are you?
Like when you walk on my rim with a muddy slipper.
Break me scared.
There's a lack of respect.
Yeah.
I do walk on your rim sometimes, and I apologise for that. But so I just forget sometimes.
But sometimes people misstrued forgetfulness for a lack of respect.
Exactly.
And that's kind of an issue we have raised. Like the diary, the homework. Things that are important to one person and not at the top of the list for the other. It's kind of finding that mutual.
And also, if you are a scatty person, you can sometimes.
I don't think you're scatty.
Do that. Well,
You've got golf trips booked in until 2025.
Yeah, I'm spot on with them. Don't fail them. Definitely not scatty in that department.
No.
Military, I'd like to say.
But with this love language,
I dilatory for me.
Some of them are like, are you one over the other? So what's more important to you than, like, for example, is it affirmation, words of praise rather than gifts, for example?
Yeah, I think we agree on all of those. Okay, go through them, let's see.
Yeah, well, number 1, active service, doing chores, etc.
No, that's not number 1 on my list.
No. Thank God. Physical touch, hugging, hand holding,
etc. That's very important.
It's very important.
Because I think even like, if we have a row and we go to bed not speaking and you're like head to toe buttoned up in the flannelette pajamas.
Well, when I punish you in my pajamas, that's it. You're not seeing any of this.
No, but it's actually not nice going to sleep without like having a hug and a kiss, or like actually not skin on skin contact, but contact. That's not a nice feeling.
Being tactile. But I know people that are in relationships that are very kind of don't come near me in bed kind of thing, unless the obvious. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not huggy people in bed. There's lots of people out there I think are like that.
I'm very tactile, aren't I?
Yeah. You need.
Like I'm tactile, like with you, my friends, my kids, and like I love like physically touching people.
Hugging, touching, yeah, like holding hands.
Yeah.
I think it's important.
You're not as much as that as me.
No, but
although you did put a stranger's snorkel in your mouth, which I found bizarre.
I'm not even going to try and explain that. You can make up your own mind.
It's not a euphemism. No, but I like if you just picture us in a scenario, I think we're both quite tactile. Like picture me like out with our friends now, like we're normally like hanging around each other's necks and holding hands, or with the kids I'm like very huggy and kissy with my kids. Like
I do find the navigation of friends introductions tough. Not necessarily friends, but meeting people for the first time. Like all this kissing, one kiss, two kiss, hug, handshake, hello, wave, fist pump. Like there's too many.
I hate the one where you go in for one kiss and they do two, and then you end up with just like a face on your neck. It's the worst, isn't it?
Yeah.
I go in quite aggressively for a hug now.
One.
Because I don't think you should really kiss strangers. Really. There's a lot of people kissing and stuff, and it depends where you are. Like
Yeah,
if you go to a posh place,
thing,
you know
isn't
you're
it?
going to kiss them.
It's a
But
cultural
if you don't go to a posh place, you don't kiss them.
If you don't go to a posh place, you're high-fiving and fist pumping.
Where does it end? That's my worry with that.
Just give them a wank. Pleased to meet you.
I was not expecting that. Just wank them off.
Just wank them off.
You'd have people queuing to meet you.
Me? No, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you.
Well, me?
It's a joke.
I'm not doing that.
It's a joke.
Next one, words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation, I think praise. No, I think this is very important as well. Like, you want to get a you know what? The only well done I want is off you.
I know you always say that.
The one that I crave is off you.
And I'm the one who gives it out the least to you.
Yeah. You're like Simon Cowell in a relationship. You know what I mean? No one cares.
I absolutely love Simon Cowell.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. No one. Louis Walsh is always going to say great things. You know, Nicole's always really positive. It gets to Simon, you go, right, now let's hear it. Let's hear it. Yeah. I mean, let's hear what you actually think. And then when you get well done, everyone you can see is happier.
Yeah, everyone only cares about Simon's opinion.
That's what I mean. So that's the same with you. Like I want your affirmation. I want your confirmation that I've done well in something. Not football, because you know you always.
I'm great at that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
no clue.
that language speaks for itself.
No, because I know you
100 goals.
No clue.
100 Premier League. You just fist pumped.
Well, I did. That's what I'm saying. It's hard, isn't it? Don't know what to do.
I'm not giving you a wank.
That's not the first time you said that.
Wanking's completely pointless. Let's just put it out there.
Oh.
Unless you're doing it to yourself. Yeah, you can put it do it to yourself.
Oh, right.
Don't include me in that. No interest.
Don't include me.
I
often don't.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. Absolutely. Ow! That's that funny nerves that you keep touching.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but
oh God, I compliment you like.
No, like
as well.
When I say I don't give them out as much. I am number one in your corner always, and I've literally physically fought people. Like if someone says anything about Peter, I am like a pit bull. So I've always got your back, and I think on things that kind of like aren't work related, just like at home, I'll be like, oh, you look nice, or I like your hair, or...
Well, that's what I'd like. I do that to you as well.
So when do I not
think that's
do that?
important. No, you do. Like if you say to me, "Oh, you look nice today," or something like that, and it makes you feel good. Like, and it genuinely does. It genuinely. If you say it to me, I go like, "Oh, I do feel better," and hopefully you feel the same way when I say that about you. But quite often you go aggressive with me with that. Like I'll say, "Oh, you look fantastic."
Because you say it at the wrong time.
No, I don't.
It pisses me off.
You go, "No, I don't," and I go, "No, I just said you look nice." And you know, I don't know. Why are you being like that? And I'm like, well, don't.
Oh, stop lying, Pete.
Literally. Yeah. But I'm trying to pay her a compliment. She goes, such a liar. But do you actually inside feel better? Or and you're outwardly going, no, I don't?
No, that's real when you just antagonise me.
I'm antagonising.
No, but you don't.
How is that antagonising you, saying you look nice?
No, it is, because you say it at the wrong time. You don't say it when it matters.
Well, when's the right time?
But you don't really say any... I send you, like, meaningful, more sentimental messages and stuff, and praise and power, more so than you do to me.
That's not true.
I think it is.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Yeah, because I think you think I don't need it because I'm quite loud. I'm like bullshit, but... Do you know what I mean?
I think you need it.
I don't get praise off anyone, really.
Oh, don't be so ridiculous.
I think quality time is so important, you know, but I think when you have a family and stuff, it is hard to get that quality time. It's quality time that you took for granted, where you were just like, I say a single couple. That's quite contradictory, but you know, no kids, like no commitments, and you know, you can do whatever you want without any planning.
It's a lot easier.
It's a
just
lot
do
easier
things and-
to be more impromptu
It's
and
easier to be romantic
spontaneous.
as well because you just go, right, taking you here.
Get your dress
Let's
on,
go.
we're going out.
Yeah.
But it's like calling like 10 people, can you mind 4 kids? No.
And it's like, it's so hard to surprise her because it's like, we need to liaise to work out what we're doing to go out.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
But I think it's so important just to kind of reconnect and have that bit of you time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Number 5 is receiving gifts. It's on a daily basis for you, isn't it? I mean, it's just...
You're the gift that
gift.
keeps on giving.
The gift.
When you've got me, it is a gift every day, isn't it?
Yes,
Thanks, babe.
it is.
No, but I probably could spoil you a bit more.
You're not really a gifty person. Unless it's like Christmas or birthday, you're not a gift person.
I'll get you flowers and things like that. Like I don't
When?
all the time, quite often.
You get anniversary, Valentine's Day, Christmas, and birthday are the only time I get gifts. But I'm not complaining about that. You just don't. It's just not on your radar, really, is it?
I'd rather take you out and have a nice experience or a nice time, show you a good time,
Oh,
than buy you a necklace. I apologise for that because I know you probably prefer the necklace, but
I'd actually like to go on a night out together. We haven't
That's
done
what
it.
I mean.
We haven't been out together.
I'd rather do that.
Apart from Glastonbury, which was in a group for months and months and months together.
Like on our own.
On our own.
Well, you keep inviting people everywhere. I'd love to take you out on our own. We'll do that in Portugal.
So, Pete, let's talk about characteristics of your ideal partner. Do I tick?
Every single box is ticked by you. No, I'm trying to think because I'm thinking, is there any that aren't ticked? Do you know what I mean? That's what I was thinking about. Because I'm thinking, obviously, there's loads of box ticks. There's lots of things ticked with you. Would I be a better girlfriend than you? Or wife? Probably.
You think? I think I'd be a better boyfriend than
Yeah,
you.
because you want what you want and you'd know how to make you happy better than I would. And the same for me.
That's
But
a good point.
You know what I mean?
It's not really, Ross.
It's a good point because
It's not because I tell him things. He just doesn't do them.
I know what
no
I
one knows
like.
what you want better than anyone else, do they?
There's no one in the world on this planet who could know what you want better than yourself. So
Well, I feel like I know what you want better than you know what you want.
yeah, because you think that I don't know what I want.
I don't think you know what you
Well,
do.
actually, I do actually know what I like and what I want.
Okay,
But I allow you to make the decision for me.
all right. What is that?
Well, I didn't particularly want to wear this shirt today. All right, well, yeah, in the language of love, I think we're ticking a few boxes there together.
What's the most important for you out of all of those things?
Well, I've added a couple more, but I think, like, you know, laughing together, I think is incredibly important. Obviously, like being attracted to each other, you know, getting on, and I think kind of the compliments and paying little compliments is incredibly important rather than buying presents for each other. I think it's important to make time for each other. What?
So, no, just as you, all of them.
Reading the entire list. No. Oh, right. Okay. I was just saying what I think's important.
No,
but
no,
all
no.
of those are important because without one of those things, you know, if for instance, I did never pay you a compliment, but everything else was ticked.
Bought me loads of diamonds. I'd literally love that.
You'd be
No, I'm joking. I'm absolutely joking. No, I agree. Like, I'm actually quite surprised the gift thing's on there. I think it's more appreciation.
yeah, it's just showing your appreciation. Being thoughtful
Thoughtful.
is
I think that the one thing that kind of breaks down in a relationship first and is probably the most important is that kind of whole vibe of like respect, the thoughtfulness, looking out for each other, putting the other one before yourself. You know, those little things that add up and aren't so little. I think I would say they were the reasons why most relationships break down, because once you start feeling that you're not important, you're not respected, or that the person doesn't really care about you, and you're not at the forefront of the mind, I think that's when things start.
Do you know what I find quite important as well, like, which is probably a bit taboo in this day and age, but like, a man should be a gentleman, if you like. And there's obviously a lot of this equality and things, but I do like the old school way of the man looking after the woman. And I know that it might not work in every relationship, but in our relationship, I'd like to think that I would have been a gentleman and not necessarily just pay for things, but like, dinner wise and things like that. And I'm talking about like split, the meals and things like that. I'm talking about holding doors open, being like a gentleman, I think is important. And I think sometimes you can lose that.
Manners. It's good manners.
But do you agree with that or not?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a nice thing, a nice quality for a man to have? Or do you think it's a quality now it's spelt?
No, I think that's a nice quality for anyone to have. I think, I know people might think that's old fashioned, but I like it. I think you should be a gentleman. I think you should hold the doors open and open car doors and compliment. Yeah.
I think that's important, and I might seem old school.
It just makes you feel special.
Yeah, and I think you can make a girl feel special, or I can make you feel special by those kind of little things. Like, I think I'm good at that.
Like holding the bags when you go out shopping and stuff
all
like
the
that.
time. Like, you got a heavy bag, or I'll get if it's cold, I'll give you my coat. Like,
okay, just
well,
stop
you're
this.
telling me I don't do that.
Stop this. When you said to me, like 2 days ago, we were going, I said, "Oh, I'm cold," and you went, "Well, you're not having my coat."
Yeah, but do you know why?
You did say that.
You take the piss out of me sometimes.
And then today, I got out the car. And you were saying, "Oh, carrying the bags out the car." I got out the car, and
she walks off like the queen. That's why.
And he went,
strolls off. I got 58 bags and a kid.
He's like, "Are you messing?" He was like, "You
carry one bag.
You're gonna leave all this in the car."
No, I think
I had the key to the back door, so I was gonna open the back door and open the front door for you, and then come and help you with the bags.
Should we get into the agony abs?
Hey guys, I'm in a relationship with 2 kids, not with 2 kids, but we have 2 kids.
How many kids they got?
And I've been together for 7 years. My missus keeps biting her toenails or picking hard skin off her feet and eating it. It actually revolts me. And I've told her it's vile. Any idea how I can stop this? Maybe shame her with friends and family. Barra. Is that Barry? Barra. Well, she sounds flexible, so I wouldn't be complaining.
I was thinking that.
I don't get that whole eating snot, eating earwax, biting a toenail.
No.
You bite your nails though, don't you?
You put a toenail, Pete. It's totally different.
Yeah.
What do you think? What would you do if I was eating my own toenails?
I find it really strange. Yeah. I'd find that weird. But like fully, like actually swallowing them. It's not good, is it?
What do you think about that, Ross?
I grew out of that, to be honest.
Did you do it?
Oh yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, big time.
What, biting your own toenails?
I wouldn't bite them. I'd peel them and chuck them in my mouth.
You are joking.
Oh, good God.
Peel them and then put them in your mouth?
Wow.
I grew out of the habit.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, that's a vile habit. I think you just got to tell her that's vile. Sort it out.
I think it's disgusting.
Everyone's got strange habits, you know what I mean?
Not that strange.
You're lucky, you are lucky.
You're lucky.
Scratch and sniff.
I've got no habits like that. Like vulgar ones.
No. I've got agony ab for you both. An agony ab for you both. Hoping you can help. I've recently moved down to London. I've been lucky enough that my new housemate have adopted me as an honorary member of their extended friendship group. For context, I'm in quite a small village in North Yorkshire and literally knew nobody when I moved down. So I've been a little bit more keen than usual when it comes to making an impression on the rest of the gang. Anyway, one of my more flamboyant male members of the group, who had almost exclusively female friendship circle, has become arguably my closest friend in the group. I will admit that due to his sense of style, sense of humour and the amount of girls he hangs around with, I rather foolishly assumed he was gay. Due to this, I've acted around him in a way I definitely would not have if I thought he was straight. I've let him watch me get changed a few times, and I'm telling him how much I love him, and I'm definitely more handsy with him than I am with the other boys. So I can think where you can probably see where this is going. The other day he rings me up, basically puts his cards on the table, told me how much he likes me and thinks that we should go out on a date. My immediate reaction...
So he is gay?
My immediate reaction was to burst out laughing, which I now regret, as I know I will definitely have knocked his confidence. And I've since said that I just think about it as I wouldn't want to potentially ruin our friendship. In hindsight, I can understand how I would have given him the wrong impression, but from my side, there is zero attraction there. And I want him to know why I've acted like I have, but without hurting his feelings and losing one of my closest friends I have down here. Please help, Rachel, 30.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was from a boy.
Yeah, I did all the way till I heard Rachel.
So I was thinking, he's gay or he's not gay?
Yeah.
You know, you do have a different relationship with a gay guy. Like, I'd get changed in front of Alfie, and you know, he's my hairdresser as well, does my hair. But this poor girl thinking he's gay and he isn't. But he should have said something when she was like getting changed in front of him. He should have said, "Oh, steady on, or I'll leave the room."
Why?
I never really do that.
Like, you know what I mean, though. It's not very like gentlemanly, like you were banging on about before. What would you do if, like, a girl just started getting naked? Well, I don't want you to answer that question, actually. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, because if a boy started getting naked in front of me, I'd be like, "Oh, I'll just go out."
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. That I think you've just got to go back in there and be like, you know, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, I just had you down as a really good friend. Don't have to address the sexuality thing."
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Ab. First of all, I just want to say I absolutely love the podcast. It's my not so guilty pleasure, and it's really helped me out during my recent stressful move into my newly purchased first time home. So thank you. Oh, congrats. Oops. My agony ab relates to my long-term boyfriend and his close-knit in inverted commas family. I've always known that they had a great that they had a relationship closer than most, and in the beginning I actually thought it was quite nice, especially considering how strained my family relations were when I was younger. Recently, though, I have begun to notice a few things which are making me concerned that they are a little too close-knit for comfort. It all started when we moved in together. We both agreed that we should have a spare key around both our parents for emergencies, such as us being locked out or something happening. We were both at work and that needed our parents to go in and sort burst pipe, alarms going off, etc. What I was not expecting that was my in-law would take this as a carte blanche invitation to let herself into my home when we are both out of the house, do the washing and cleaning, etc., without giving so much of a heads up. I know this might sound ungrateful, but it almost feels like a bit of an invasion of privacy. Also, I'm also now privy to information that they have done very well so far keeping behind closed doors. Since living with my boyfriend, I've discovered it is in fact his mother who clips and cleans his toenails while he's still in the bath, and even offered to put his pile cream on him for the other day. I find this completely overstepping the mark, intrusive into our lives, and a massive red flag. I'm also annoyed that I didn't spot these signs before we moved in together, and now I feel a bit trapped. I know this type of thing is not normal, especially if you're a man in his 30s, but I think it's something I need to approach quite delicately, given to how close he is with her. I also don't want to find myself on the goal end of the pile cream application duty. Thanks, Anon. Do you know what? There's two ways you can look at this. You know, I'd actually quite like my in-laws coming around and cleaning the house. I think that's a plus point. But there, you know,
if you came in, I was all fours, face down, and my mum was applying arse cream.
Yeah, but you're not on all fours when you put that pile cream on.
How else are you going to put it on?
You can just stand up.
You've got to get in the crack, haven't you? A bit. Got to open it out a bit.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be on all fours to get pile cream on. You wouldn't.
It's not a good look, is it? Anyway.
You could just sit on the loo and put it on yourself.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He's not. He could do that, but he's not. His mum's doing it for him.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've got two sons.
Yeah.
And I'd had to cut their toenails
Yeah,
while
but
they were in the
not
bath.
when he's living with his girlfriend.
Well, I bath them every night, and
Yeah, but it's 3 and 4, 4 and 5.
I know, but
It's different.
so guys, the British Podcast Awards are it's British Podcast Award season,
Yeah, okay.
and we are eligible for an award. So if you like us, please vote for us, because this is our first few months of doing this podcast. We've loved every minute of it, and we hope you're enjoying it. And if you are, give us a little vote.
Yeah, definitely. You can vote for us or vote for that Peter Crouch podcast.
Yeah.
Get your votes in.
I don't mind you having the award.
Nah,
Either.
listen, I'd love this to win because you know what? We're littered with awards in the other one. So it would be great if we could get this on good.
So guys, whatever podcast you want to vote for, you will find the link. You'll be able to find the link in all our socials, on our website, and it's free to vote.
Yeah,
So,
and genuinely, we've been kind of blown away by the support.
blown away by the support, and it's been amazing for us to do this podcast. Sitting talking together, going through all our memories, all our funny stories. It has been therapy for us. So
Yeah.
thank you for listening.
Guys, thanks for listening, and if you like it, please vote.